Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my season finale. Season 6 and episode 12, the last episode of my weight loss series. I'm bringing this series to you because today, on the beaches down off of Belize and San Pedro Island, I'm sitting in a little cabin, and that's the wonder of the Apple iPhone. How it can just capture everything, no matter where you're at. Well, it just so happens you've heard about all of our different people that we've helped during our weight loss journey as independent certified health coaches of Optavia. During this entire weight loss series, I wanted to cap off the series with something that I couldn't be more proud of. When we first started the series and we became coaches, just like our friends Carrie and Stoney, who said they were health coaches, and I kind of snickered on the side a little bit. When I say health coaches, I'm trying to say that's a real thing. And I say that because in all that I've walked, from the surgery that I've talked about and the difficulties I've had and all the pros and cons, that in this program, the Optavia 5-in-1, that's the one that we're on, but in this program, it worked for me so good, and I knew it would work for others. Well, one particular other just so happens to have come in to visit with me today. And her name is Vanessa Jean Shockley. Now, Vanessa was fighting the same situation we were. She had been gaining weight and didn't know what to do, and clothes, buying every time she'd go out, she'd buy some clothes that was a size larger. And my wife and I looked at each other and says, look, if there's anything we can do to help people, we need to help our daughter. And it was a little, how do you say, we didn't know quite how to approach her. So I left that in her mother's hands to approach her on that situation. And my Lord, she said, of course I would be happy to do the plan. And we tried to explain to her also that she has to be serious on it. Now, we can't guarantee people are going to lose weight. Some people start and they drink. We don't know what they do, or they eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches when we're not seeing. And there's all sorts of things will help you or did not help you lose that weight you're trying to lose. So if you stay on the plan and you follow the booklet that comes with the plan, you will lose weight. And if you've got a lot of fat on your body, it will fall off of you. We explained all this to Vanessa, and she got on the plan. I have never seen anybody, if I was to have a client or someone I'm really helping stay on the plan, well, she's one of them that did that. And she is here today, ladies and gentlemen, to tell her story. Now, she hasn't had gastric bypass, but the one thing is for sure, she has definitely lost a lot of weight. And looking good, I just don't know what to say. I'm just so proud of her daughter. So without further ado, I'd like to bring Vanessa in and let her tell you her story on her health journey, her weight loss, her everything that has totally changed her life. So stick around and I'll bring her right in to the recording studio. Be right back. Sidney St. James back with you again. I got my laughing daughter with me as my guest on this final episode of my weight loss series. And today, as I told you last time, we were going to get together virtually, but this isn't going to happen because when I ended my last recording, I got a phone call. Picked up my cell phone. It was my daughter. She says, look, let's do your finale up here in Georgia. I said, in Georgia? Yeah, in Georgia. Where? Well, in Helen. You know where Helen, Georgia is. You've been there 100 times, yeah? We're going to show not only our loss of weight, but we're going to go climb the waterfalls. The one outside Helen here called Anna Ruby. We're going to do that today. Well, when do I need to be there? Today. So jump on Southwest and get out here. Well, sure enough. Look right here. Isn't that a beautiful waterfall? Anna Ruby. And if you haven't been there, I suggest you go. Now, back to my season finale. I've given you all sorts of aspects and ideas about weight loss and all the different programs that I've been on. I've talked to you about gastric bypass. And I thought after 12 episodes, how do I want to end this episode? Well, my biggest success story is my daughter right here. And she smiles so pretty, everybody. Well, something happened. We got up there. And she said, let's go fishing. So we went fishing. And boy, did we have a lot of luck. But what I found out, my 1 week stay before we cut this final podcast, is kind of like pickleball. In pickleball, my coaches never played pickleball before. And now we go play pickleball, and the two of them, Carrie and Stoney, beat my wife and I on the pickleball court. How does that happen? How do two people that we coached, all of a sudden they got so good, they just beat us on the pickleball court? Same thing here. My wife and I, Barbara, and myself, we coached our daughter here. And we kept telling her, you gotta be serious. You gotta do this. And, well, let's put it this way. When I got out there, I was breaking the rules a little bit. Dad, a little bit too much butter. Dad, too much salt. Dad, too much this. Well, I said, Nessa, Dad, I'm gonna have to be your coach now. You got to get back in fat burn. I said, well, okay. So now we taught her, and now she's returning the favor and teaching us how to do this program correctly after you've been on it a while. So now, without further ado, I want her to spin the wheels backwards a little bit and tell you her story after being on the Optavia 5-in-1 plan with Barbara and I as her coaches. So, Vanessa, my darling daughter here. Oh, she's my firstborn too.
Yes.
And anyhow, she's going to tell you her story. The floor is yours.
Tell you my story. All right. I weigh 240 pounds. I've weighed 240 pounds for over a decade. I've tried a lot of things, tried working out, and I couldn't lose the weight. I don't know about you guys, but I hate looking at myself in the mirror. It's horrible.
No.
And then I saw Mom and Dad losing a lot of weight, and finally we got me on the program, and I weigh 167 today. My goal is 150. The weight just falls right off. The first 50 pounds, I weighed everything, did everything I was supposed to do. It was wonderful. It's been less than a year, and I've lost all this weight, and all I just needed to do was not cheat. Do my thing. My thighs don't rub together. When you walk, sorry. It's really great. My hot flashes, I've been taking medicine for menopause, and I don't take it anymore, and I only have a hot flash maybe once a week. I don't have night sweats. This is a good thing for women. Yes.
Well, along this trail, what did you do about clothes? Did you ever go shopping?
I have a friend. Her name's Betsy. She's on the program too, but I didn't know it. All I knew is that there was this beautiful woman in front of me. She's one of my best friends, and she's found out that I was on the plan, and I didn't have any clothes. I was wearing like 18 W's, and I'm down to 12s and 10s depending on the brand. And so she starts giving me all these clothes, and then and Mom too. It's been really nice.
What does your husband think about you?
I'm hot to try. Yeah, I just walk around. Look at me.
So you feel good. I mean, you feel really good about yourself.
Oh yeah, much more confident, and you know, we like to go for walks. We like to go hiking. But at the end of that, you know, you had to take ibuprofen before, you had to take ibuprofen after, and then for a couple days everything hurt. And now we can go walking for a couple of hours, and I don't have those aches and pains.
Did you ever stall during this time for anybody that gets on the program and it stalls?
It did, but turns out that after a certain amount of time, I needed to drink more water. So I drink about anywhere from 80 to 100 ounces of water a day, and I can tell when I put too much salt in something. I retain water and everything just sort of slows down, but as soon as I start walking and drinking enough water, then everything's good.
Okay, and let's see. So tell us a little bit about your upcoming endeavors. In other words, you're going to write another book, is that right?
Yes.
And you've written 2 children's books already?
Yes.
And what were their names? What was the names of them?
It was the Demon Bunny Chronicles.
Uh-huh.
The first one is Sissy's in Trouble, and the second one is Hidden Waterfalls.
And now you're getting your master's in creative writing, right?
Masters of Fine Arts.
Fine arts. And with that, you have plans to write your next novel, is that right?
Yes. I've been working on it.
Have you come up with a pen name yet?
It's either going to stay Vanessa Jean Shockley or Danny Rowe.
Danny Rowe. I like Danny Rowe. That's got a good ring.
Or
to it.
Rue. Stephanie or Mom. Someone says that it's Rue, but I don't know.
It depends. Is it a French name or is it a German name?
I have no idea. It's just nice and short. I dig it.
Well, anyhow, let's see if there's any other things that people might like to know about the program that they didn't know about or they don't talk about when they do the program. Did you think that having a coach was worth it versus doing Nutrisystem on your own or doing keto on your own? Did you find any help by having a coach?
Coaches are really important because when I'm not being motivated, they make me own it. They help me stay accountable. And if I'm feeling a certain way about things, they really help me, the perspective. If I'm like, oh, woe is me, they give you a couple pointers, you get back on track, everything's good. It's a really positive reinforcement program, especially with I couldn't have done this without coaches, that's for sure.
And I believe that in my earlier broadcast, that was one of the things that I said was probably the most important aspect of this program, because all the other programs, and I'm sure Vanessa's tried them, and I've tried them as you've heard, but the one thing about the program that we're on is that we have someone there to talk to call, to text, and they're also very supportive of what we're doing, and they're very happy to see our weight loss. So I told you if I were to name 10 things on this program that was different than any of the other programs that I've been on, and that is having a coach.
Yep.
And I believe a coach is one of the most valuable things of this whole weight loss program, because yes, you get charged money for your fuelings, and yes, you get this and that, but if you look at a lot of the other programs, you still have food that you have to buy, and you have this that you have to buy. So what really is the difference that sets this program apart is coaches. And that's why when Vanessa here agreed to being one of our clients, so to speak, we were so happy for her, because we just knew that when she said, sure, I'll try it right away, my wife and I were so ecstatic. It was like, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Well, the thing is that you guys have been trying to lose weight forever, and then all of a sudden you were losing weight. You know?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, Barbara was on a carbohydrate diet, and then she lost some weight on it, but all of a sudden she came to a brick wall. And now she's lost, what did she lose, about 40 to 50 pounds? 45 pounds, okay. And so, and I've lost 75 pounds, and I also had a brick wall. And Vanessa, how much did you lose?
73.
73. And we both, I have to lose 12 more, she has to lose 17 more. So I'm giving her, she's giving me a little handicap. We're going to have a little race here at the end of our season finale, and we're going to come back to you when she loses her 17 and I lose my 12, and we're going to stand here in front of you and say, we can still reach our goal, right?
Yes.
So for all of you,
I'm so going to beat you.
Oh, yeah. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in to this episode and our other 12 episodes before this on our weight loss series of the Sidney St. James Show. And as you notice, if you haven't been there, come on out. We're sitting on this little ledge here with the waterfall behind us. You have to hear it. It's the most wonderful, serene sound you've ever heard. And it's beautiful just outside of Helen, Georgia.
Yeah.
So, till a little later, I got to get on Southwest Airlines and get back to Georgetown, Texas. And I want to thank my daughter, my little slim daughter,
yes,
for being my guest on my program today. Until later, peace. See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
Oh, shit.
Sorry.